Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about worker threads and why should we use them. So before diving right in, let me give you an example with this code. So as you can see here, I have set up a basic Node.js project with some code over here, and in our problem.js file we have calculate sum function, uh, performance metric, performance start, and we are logging the performance right here. So before starting, let me give you context. So as you might have known that Node.js is a single-threaded language and it operates on a event loop and it does not have access to other threads, only the single thread. Now as Node.js is single-threaded, we cannot perform multiple tasks at the same time. So what happens is when you run a very high CPU intensive tasks, such as the one I have written over here to simulate a high CPU intensive task. Now, when we run that function of the task, the event loop gets blocked, and any other asynchronous task that might have been normally going on in the background will be stopped if there is a CPU intensive task, and it will not start until the task has been completed. So to demonstrate this, I've written up this calculate sum function, and I'm basically logging out the sum of this number. So see, let's run the program and see. Now, as you can see that I have run the program and it takes approximately 8 seconds to run. And for this 8 seconds, you will see that any other asynchronous task will not be run. So to demonstrate this, I have created a set timeout function. Let me unblock it. So what this set timeout function does, it prints out hi there after 100 milliseconds, and it also prints out the time taken to print it. So let me show you before. So let me show you how this works. And before starting the program, I will comment out these two lines, just so the intensive function does not run and only the set timeout function runs. So let's run this. Here you can see it takes only 104 milliseconds to run this part of the code, and it prints out hi there over there, and it prints out hi there. So this time, let me uncomment this code and run both at the same time. So what do you think will print out first, hi there or some of this? Now instinctively, you might think that the hi there function will print out first because it only takes 100 milliseconds. But that's not the case, as you will see over here. So once we run this program, you can clearly see that the time taken to calculate is greater than the time taken to print, as you can see over here. So it prints out hi there and then prints out the time taken to print it. And this is how you can know that you have blocked the main thread and all your asynchronous operations are stuck in time. Now, until the synchronous operation finishes first, your asynchronous operations will not proceed. And now if you want to avoid blocking your main thread, you can just create a new worker thread, and you can offload that CPU intensive task to the worker thread, and it will give back the result without blocking your main thread, and you can run your asynchronous tasks just fine. So if you see over here, I have created a new worker. I've created a new worker in worker.js. I've imported these two properties from worker threads, and it's a library that Node.js gives us, and which is inbuilt in Node. So after that, we can just define the function over here. The same function that is over here, it's been defined in here. and we just have to pass the number to the worker thread. That's it. So the solution for that problem is written here in the main function. So as you can see, I have imported worker from worker threads. I've started taken the recorded the performance metrics. I've created a new worker. I've passed in the worker data, and this is how you can pass in the worker data. By the way, you can just create a new object, and you can serialize your data. And keep in mind that any non-serializable data will not be passed in the worker within the worker thread. So you can only pass serialized data, like no instances, no methods, like that. So we have the same setup over here. We just do hi there, set timeout, and in here over once we get a success message from the worker, we're just printing out the value, and we are calculating the time taken to calculate the value. And if there are any errors, we just console log the error. So let's run the main.js file. We just run it, and as you can immediately see now that the time taken to print is very reduced, and it happens before the sum is printed out. And here you can see the time taken to calculate is around 8 seconds, and the time taken to print is around 107 milliseconds. So that is how you can unblock your main thread. You can achieve more concurrency in your program, and that's how you can implement worker threads in Node.js. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.